Their little dog, I think, sometimes says, "Oh, here she comes again." Arf, you know. But anyway, so that's been very, very special. The hardest time, perhaps, is, and again, I think this takes me back to Iraq or to suffering all over the world, including suffering right here in Sarasota. Excuse me, but we are definitely fortunate, affluent, and the things that go along with that. And sometimes when you really think about it, that can get overwhelming and be kind of sad when you realize how much suffering there is everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I think the bottom line, that all people everywhere just, you know, want happiness and not want to suffer. Mm-hmm. And
but that is, you know, the economic boom time of the housing. People were buying homes, and there was no end to the money, and money was cheap, and so forth. And people got into these economic straits that they didn't know they were in. And now they're facing, in many cases, foreclosure. Yes. So it's a new set of dilemmas.
Very difficult. Yeah. Very difficult.
And the foreclosure rates are really, really quite severe. And
there is hope on the horizon, I think.
Yeah, they're proposing a particular plan to lower the rates on any of the, and fixing them on the problem properties and the ones who are legitimately in that situation. They're not going to do it to anybody, I guess, in some of the planning that doesn't have a decent job where they can pay the payment if they do reduce it down, because there's not much point to doing all of that if the person's going to be out of work and leave anyway. But the big issue of the banks and so forth having these homes fall back in their hands is really quite a problem. But I think it does, and I have thought for some time that the appraisals ought to be readdressed, and this looks like they may be going to do something like that, and that they should be lowered. And then if there's a gain on the property down the road, maybe the gain should go back to the bank or the lender in some way to share it with the seller, but to not drive people out of their homes into this terrible, terrible circumstance. We're coming to the break, and where are you going? And we're going to do this, we're going to talk about it after the break a little more, what your plans are, where you're going to go. And where's your first place?
Actually, I had debated for quite a while where I was going to go first and where I wanted to go back to and things like that. And I was very fortunate to kind of luck into an opportunity to go to Antarctica. So I'm going to go to Antarctica first, and then just for 2 weeks, and then begin my way, working my way north.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to Alaska.
Patrick's at 5 Points is the place to go when you want to unwind. Patrick's, voted year after year as Sarasota's best bar and restaurant. This New York-style bistro offers casual dining, plus a full menu served daily 11 a.m. to midnight. Meet your friends in the grill room, where the staff knows your name. Watch the NFL ticket on 5 TVs and cheer on your favorite team. For sports, food, and drink, it's Patrick at 5 Points, a Sarasota tradition since 1985.
Live Greyhound racing will continue at the Sarasota Kennel Club. Sarasota Kennel Club, run with the big dogs.
Ladies and gentlemen, another satisfied customer of Wings and Wheaties.
Boy, I'll say, look at all this food you get for $3.95. I come in here with a broken leg and my scooter. I do anything to get in here and get the best deal in Sarasota County. Then, if you go in the shopper the second week each month and take our coupon out, you get it for $2.95.
And the best thing about working here is I get to eat the food.
Excuse me, aren't you the owner?
Yes, once again, but it shows we're still eating our own food.
Wings and Weenies, we're more than just wings and weenies.
Pro Golf Discount is the answer for all your golfing needs. We offer a full line of branded golf equipment and apparel, more than anyone else in the area. All value priced with names such as Callaway, King, Taylor, Mizuno, FootJoy, and Cobra. We cater to men, women, juniors, and even that golfer to be in your family. And don't forget to check out our full swing simulator that produces computerized graphs to assist you in the right club selection. Visit our 2 convenient locations, 3836 South Tuttle Bee Ridge Road or 7690 South Tamiami Trail.
Well, we're back, and since you are going to be traveling north, you'll probably get to a place where you can look at Russia from North America.
I'm going to be south first. You know, I did live in Alaska. I don't know that that's anybody's claim to fame right now, but anyway, and I loved it, actually. But I will be starting out in Antarctica and then working my way
now, in Antarctica?
Antarctica.
Where, oh, you're going to go to the southern?
Oh, yes.
Oh, the southern hemisphere.
Yes.
And then you're going to come back up north? And
Well...
Oh, so I misunderstood you entirely.
Well, yes, I'll be with the National Geographic on their research boat.
You're traveling
for
with
just
National
2 weeks.
Geographic?
No, just for the 2 weeks.
Is that as a guest or?
Well, I have a friend who's a documentarian. This is how I lucked into being able to go there. And
that's quite interesting.
Her son was going to go with her, and he can't go. So she said, "Do you want to?" And that helped me make up my mind.
Well, I didn't know.
You know,
that.
so I'll start
I'm
there,
totally surprised
and then from there I'll spend quite a bit of time traveling through South America. You know, when I was at Coleman Prison, it was because of my
School of the Americas.
Right, it was because of my protest.
And you went across the boundary of the school, and you violated the rule of that, and you spent some time in the federal prison up there.
Right, but it was in protest of our policies with Latin America, South America. That's
the teaching of torture. You know, the School of the Americas had a policy, written policy of training the military of the various countries to come up and learn how to.
That's right, and they still do. And
waterboard and so forth.
There will be another
protest.
Wonderful vigil coming up the week before Thanksgiving. I will not be there, but I'm hoping while I am in South America to connect up with some of the people that have been affected by the policies of the School of the Americas, or as they call it now, the Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation.
Well, there's got to be an acronym in there somewhere.
Oh, well, actually there was, WINSEC, and there's something about that too. It was WISC, but the general had something to do with, his name was kind of soapy sudsy, and WISC was kind of soapy sudsy, so they called it WINSEC instead. Anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to, you know, spend time with families and people that have been affected again by our policies here in the United States.
So here you violated a rule of the School of the Americas in Georgia, I guess it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Fort Benning, right. And you spent time up there because of that violation. You were convicted and sent away like a terrible criminal, and you cut grass for a little while.
I did, actually. I was kind of lucky to be able to get on what they called the landscaping crew. But it was mowing the lawn, but it is such a massive facility. There's a women's minimum, a men's low, a men's medium, a men's max, and now there's a men's super max. I mean, this is a huge facility. But I was fortunate to be able to, because of being on landscaping, get out of my own compound to be able to mow the lawn throughout the whole facility. And I remember, actually I remember sitting on the lawnmower in front of the men's maximum security thinking, there are a number of men in there, yes, who have probably caused the death of someone but it made me think of, personally, frankly, our government, who has been responsible for the deaths of so many millions of people, and those people responsible are still in office and still running free.
Are you
but that's
suggesting
my
they
opinion.
should be trading places with some of those people?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What's enriching here in this whole thing?
Oh.
We're in the final
All
2
of it,
minutes.
yes. Well, my entire time in Sarasota, including my time in prison, my time in Iraq, hopefully have helped me to learn a lot. But the people that I've met here in prison in Iraq have done a great deal to enrich my life. And I'm hoping that maybe in my travels I can help to share that with them and help to enrich others' lives.
You're going to end up, it's possible that you'll end up in Costa Rica.
Well, I probably won't end up there, but I will stop in Costa Rica. I'm hoping even to eventually get to Cuba and Russia. I've always wanted to do the Trans-Siberian Railway and then go into, I have friends in Shanghai. I've never been to Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. I'm hoping to do that.
The Cambodian venture would be a fabulous one.
I think so too.
The Angkor Wat
That's right.
castles there and the religious sites with Buddhists are fabulous.
Yes, yes.
I've never traveled there. I studied Buddhist art and so forth, and I've always been fascinated about that. We're down to the last minute, and so what final words would you have to say for Sarasota and your friends?
Oh, well, as I have said, well, first of all, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's been so gracious, so kind, and so supportive of me and some of my ideas. Also, as I said, I will be taking everybody with me. I don't know when I'll be back, if I'll be back. I don't know how long I'll be gone. It all depends on money and
leaving on the 1st of November, and the show is being taped on the 30th. So
actually, I leave tomorrow.
Which is the 1st?
31st.
Oh, it's the 31st.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Halloween.
Halloween. You're leaving on All Saints or All Souls Day or whatever that's Catholic tradition is.
Yes. But anyway, just everyone and you, thank you for enriching my life.
Faith, it's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll miss you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.